All right, so we're at that point. We are waiting for the third LR to release tonight. We got a lot of information that's also kind of known about what's happening here. So keep in mind that this season is promised to be a pretty big season for the actual Hero Arena mode itself, because they promised some changes and they said that we couldn't get it done in season 2. So season 3 will get those changes. So we'll see what those changes actually were and if they will come in good time and if they actually will work. Correct? So today, let's jump into that. Let's find that out and let's see what happens. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe. Helps out a ton. So we have this over here, additional Hero Arena improvements. This is going to be the entire thing we're referring to. We're also going to talk about some stuff with the LR itself, because damn, people really don't think it's king for some reason. Like there are posts popping up everywhere talking about this. Like, it's not king, bro. It's definitely not king, which I'll go through that and show it to you because it's kind of funny, but it could be right. They could be right. So first, we have this. To begin with, starting from the next season, players will be able to save their progress before continuing to the next defense team round, whether they choose to. Okay? Instead of automatically being teleported to the next round, allowing players to take breaks. While we had intended for this improvement to be introduced in the season 2, we ran into unexpected difficulties, leading us to push it back to the release of this feature to season 3. So basically, it's delayed. I don't know why it says starting from the next season, players will be able to save their progress. So they're talking about season 3 in this thing. So you can save your progress, okay, before continuing to the next defense team round, whether they choose to. Okay, so that's what's going to happen now. Instead of being teleported automatically into it. When you like back out, it automatically takes you in. This is going to give you a chance to stop and, consider your progress. Before you jump into it, reevaluate your situation. That's what you're gonna do, right? That's there. So that also already got delayed to season 3, which was okay, fine. Additionally, we are aware that having to start over from the fight, whenever failing to clear the Hero Arena due to choices and more is tiring for many. As a solution, we are developing a feature which would allow players to start over from a specific enemy team rather than to start over entirely. Okay, that is another thing that was promised. Remember, when you're playing Hero Arena and like you misclick one time, it is over. Either you now reset the game, being close app, come back in, or if you allow the turn to go through because it's stupid RNG, there is no reset, you're done for, basically, right? You can't reset because you already went too far. Now you're done for. You have to reset the entire thing, and it is tiring, right, to do that entire process. Remember, if you're competing at like a higher tier, it's hell. It really is hell. It takes like even whales sometimes to actually get through this stuff, because like if one time like my yell accidentally crits, GG's boys, it's all over, right? So that's an entire aspect of it that will be kind of like looked into, of how you can reset at a specific enemy team, which is good. Again, this was promised to us in season 2, but we didn't get it. Season 3 is where we're going to get it, so there's that. We hope by adding this feature, players will be able to have a better time changing team compositions and adjusting their strategies when clearing Hero Arena. To add on that, we are working on to change some of the rules regarding league selection and rewards. Currently, once players play or clear a certain league in Hero Arena, they can either claim that league's clear reward or give up on that reward and try challenging a higher tier for better reward. As a result, players have to give up on guaranteed rewards in the hope of receiving better rewards. We want to ensure that players feel encouraged to go back for better rewards. In order to do that, we plan to change some of the rules relating to that. We hope to see, or rather hope that through these changes, players will have a more enjoyable experience that matches their level. Correct? So keep this in mind. That's what their whole plan is. They're going to try to, like, when you clear it, be able to clear higher if you want to get more rewards on that aspect of it. And you're just clearing randomly to see, like, so you at least have base guaranteed, like, at least there for you. So if you fall back on it, at least it's there. But that was also mentioned to us. A lot of the stuff, like, remember, this all was in the dev notes, and they really didn't give us any of the changes as promised. They did do decent changes last season, which was correct. They did. They also kind of handled the season buff, right? That's something we already got. This time, I wonder how the season buff is going to be, because clearly, like, they could have launched the season buff with AOT and made AOT usable for a little bit. Like, bro, they're probably not going to get a buff, I'm guessing. If they do, it's for 1 week only, which is, again, fine, but at least let them have the buff. They're not going to have the buff, most likely. Then when you have Elaine, right? Like, Elaine's going to get buffed. So it's such a stupid thing. Genuinely speaking, I'm not a fan of it. But, yeah, again, AOT had 5 characters. Is that why they didn't want to buff 5 characters? You'll just have, like, the full set of roster. Could have been good, but I don't even think that Mikasa would work in there. I don't think they allow PvP, or rather PvE, like, what is it, uniques, right? Even though it's a PvE mode, theoretically, they don't allow PvE, things. So realize that now, but that's what the dev notes promised us originally, correct? They also originally promised us a reward structure fix. Did we ever get that? No. So I don't know if that ever is going to actually come to fruition. They said it a while ago that we want to do it, but they never actually did it. So when it comes to that, we'll have to see if they actually plan on fixing the rewards. But there are a few good changes. Being able to reset a different team is amazing. Being able to get through and clear one time and then be able to clear it again later on, if I want to challenge a higher league, or if I'm ready to challenge a higher league, or if I found a nice cheat code that can help me clear that higher league. That's also a pretty cool thing, right? So this could actually be a very big season on the aspect of changes, because they literally said that they just couldn't get it ready for season 2. So it's been like a month and a half, or 2 months actually. So if you're not ready now, what the fudge are you doing, right? So there's that. But you clearly weren't working on AOT. I'm just kidding. Moving forward, we have this, right? So a lot of people have been posting this. I may be seeing things, but I don't think the king is the next LR. So it's weird. I don't know if they're like purposely doing the backdrop like that to like, I don't know, change the way you think. I have no idea. Like, it's king because of the crown, but yeah, it is true that it's so weird how it's done. Like, why is that the background? That really has nothing to do with king. No, don't say that like, oh, he was there at the time when those things was happening. No, he was there as Gloxinia. So if anything, it could be teasing Gloxinia. Yeah, I get it, because it was at this entire arc that Gloxinia was happening, or it's Melascula because she was at the gate. It's Gother. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I thought it was king makes the most sense. Could be Elizabeth because of the goddess thing. That could also be the case. I see that like those points being run, but for the most part, it's probably king. I don't know why we're coping otherwise, but yeah, like this is such a throwaway. I have no idea why they put this there. It's literally the same backdrop, and I'm very curious in what the reasoning was for that. Like, I'm thinking it's just for them to throw you off, right? You have a helmet. Or a helmet, what the fudge? You have a king's crown, and then you have a pillow. Both these things signify king. Fight me. And then we have base Ludo, LR. Good luck out-CCing him. I don't even know, man, but there's a bunch of comments here talking about it. I still think it is going to be king, but people are saying it's like green SSR Liz, goddess LR. So we'll see kind of how it goes. I still see that the Sins get the LR first, but again, Elizabeth theoretically is a Sin, correct? Because she's a Sin festival, so realize that now. But yeah, it could be anybody. So it's in the goddess area. Could be Queen Elizabeth. I don't know. Could be dude, King Meliodas 2.0. Let's go, baby. Could be Chaos Arthur. I don't know, or Arthur. I don't know. Like, most likely it is king, but it is kind of awkward. They put that screen in the back there. Definitely, it's just them trying to throw you off, most likely. But if it isn't LR King today, we're all gonna be shocked. Like, what the fudge? But yeah, it could definitely be Gloxinia. Who actually knows? That actually, I don't know. It's gonna be a Sin, bro, most likely. So one of the Sins. So out of whatever you want to cope with whatever. But hopefully these improvements come through and actually are pretty good this time. I'm telling you now, people have been asking for sort of the reward structure getting buffed. Like, if you give the lower tier like more rewards, then it'll be a little bit more helpful. Yes, you still have to clear the top things. That's gonna happen, but at least make it a little bit better. But we'll see what happens. If these changes make it a little bit easier to clear, which they will in a way, being able to reset here and there, so it's not like purely RNG, can make it a little bit better. So we'll see how that aspect of it kind of takes off with. But for now, I think these are great changes. But they did mention rewards a while ago. Will they keep their word on that part? No idea, but they did say it. So let's see if anything actually happens with that, right? But yeah, basically that's the video. Hearing improvements, LR potentially not king. Again, I think it is king, but people really don't think it's king. It's crazy to me, but I think it's king. So we'll see tonight. Hey, 12 hours from now, we'll see.